It's been a little while since we've talked about the Acolyte, and these last two episodes have actually been the best of the bunch. I mean, the show is still bad. The episodes are still not great, but relatively speaking, these were good in comparison to the rest of the episodes. So last episode, I mean, it was pretty much all action. It was lightsaber fight on lightsaber fight, and I don't like the Disney Plus looking lightsabers. They're glow sticks. They're literally slamming glow sticks against each other. It doesn't look good in my opinion. I mean, I don't understand how the prequels were like how many years ago and they still look so much better. But speaking of lightsaber fights in the prequels, remember when they were doing promos for the show? The actors were coming out and talking about it, comparing it to the prequel lightsaber fight, saying, hey, if you like Duel of Fates, you're gonna love this one. You're gonna love this show. Yeah, this is nowhere near the level of Duel of Fates. Is nowhere near the level of any fight, any lightsaber fight in the prequels. Nowhere near. Okay? I mean, it is better than some of the other stuff Disney has put out, but to compare it to the prequels, like, come on, guys. Come on. You're comparing S tier. That's S tier. What I did think was kind of cool was when they weren't using lightsabers, they moved to hand combat. And I hadn't seen that in Star Wars. That was interesting. I thought that was cool. So we had this fight going on, and there's a switcheroo at the end of the episode where May is taken with Soul, and Osha is with that Kylo Ren looking guy, right? That Sith. And that's where this new episode from yesterday picks up. So the episode starts off, and the island where they're at looks cool. I'm like, okay, this looks quality. You're on location. It looks nice. That's where Osha and the Sith guy is at, right? And then we move on to Soul and May. And this makes absolutely no sense. How Soul can't sense May at all. He doesn't know the difference. He can't tell it's Osha or it's May. He goes and gives her a hug and everything. And I guarantee this is what they're thinking. The dark side is clouding everybody's judgment. You can't really tell. It's hard to tell, right? He's like, like Palpatine in the prequels. You think you think May is pulling something like that off? Clouding Soul? No way. Luke could sense Vader. Vader could sense Luke. This is his Padawan. Right? Osha is Soul's Padawan, and Soul can't sense. They're twins. They look alike, but they're two completely different persons with completely different emotions and ways of thinking and everything. You can't sense. What? Your eyes should. Luke and Vader could sense each other like from I don't even know how far from each other, And then if we're going by Disney Star Wars canon, you had Kylo and Rey. I mean, yeah, they're a Force dyad or whatever that nonsense is. But you know what I mean? How is Soul not sensing May in the same room? And the crazy thing is that happens, and Osha is busy defending Soul over there, saying that he's strong in the Force. Yeah, he's so strong in the Force he can't even sense the person standing in front of him is not the person that he's thinking. Come on. Now I'm gonna move to the end of the episode, and then I'll get into stuff that I actually liked about it. And by like, I mean, again, relatively speaking, within the confines of the Acolyte and Disney Star Wars, because none of this stuff is touching. It's not touching actual Star Wars, because remember, this is not canon in my book. Canon is 1 through 6. That's it. This is glorified, and I can't even say glorified fan fiction anymore because it's I don't know who's glorifying this show. All right, but anyways, so the end of the episode, it's again we get another cringy type ending. These endings look like whoever wrote it and shot it and everything thinks and directed it thinks that this is so cool, but it just comes off as lame. Like the helmet, Osha puts on the helmet and she's breathing like a callback. It's like a callback to Vader because she's wearing a helmet and then she's breathing hard. It's lame. Like, I get what you're trying to do, and you're trying to be cool, but it's not cool. It's really not cool. And you've done this multiple times with these ending shots, thinking that they're really cool or edgy or whatever, and they fall flat and it's lame. All right, so now let's move into stuff that I liked. And this is the thing that I liked the most about the show, the music. The music actually sounds like Star Wars music. That's a huge thing because we haven't got Star Wars sounding music from Disney Star Wars in a while. And I'm not saying it's on the level of John Williams from, the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy. Because, dude, that John Williams theme of Obi-Wan Kenobi, that was trash. That was some Marvel Spider-Man on PS4 ripoff. Okay, the music is actually good. It's actually decent. And while we're on this topic, let's get into it. The Kenobi show. This show, The Acolyte, in terms of quality, looks better than the Kenobi show, and it sounds better than the Kenobi show. And why is that? Why? And from what I hear, the budget of The Acolyte is severely higher than the Kenobi show. Why? You brought back Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen as Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader, and you ruined it. You absolutely ruined it. That's why I'm not as offended by this show. I'm not as offended by this show, The Acolyte, as I am with Kenobi, because The Acolyte has characters I don't care about. It's in a time period that, it could be interesting, but it's not really meddling with episodes 1 to 6. Okay? It could be interesting, but I'm not invested in the time period, so I don't really care. Again, I don't care about the characters. And it's Disney Star Wars. George Lucas is not signed off on it, so it's not canon. So why would I care? I do care about Kenobi because it's literally Obi-Wan Kenobi. You brought Ewan McGregor back. You brought Hayden Christensen back. You brought characters that I love back, and you did a disservice to them. So I'm not 100%. I'm not crazy offended by the show because to me it's just like it is trash from the beginning. Whatever. I don't really care. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, I don't care. That's how I feel about it. So why is the quality better? But why is the quality better on the show? The acting isn't great. The acting isn't good, but they're putting more effort into this, which is insane. Like the priorities at Disney and Lucasfilm are absolutely insane. But I get it from a fiscal perspective. You have Ewan and you have Hayden there. People are just going to tune in regardless. You don't need to try. But come on, have some respect at least, But moving on from that, those little I thought those little bird elephant looking things, I thought they were kind of cute. The show does a cool job of and Disney Star Wars is doing a good job with this. The puppets and that little otter looking guy. It's like a cool blend between a puppet and CG from what it looks like. So I thought the little creatures running around were cool. That scene was cool, where the little otter guy and the little droid ambush May on the ship. They attack her. I thought that scene was silly. I thought that was fun. That felt like Star Wars. That was cool. I actually liked that scene. What else? One more thing. The lightsaber whip, or the light whip, right? Only time I've seen that is in the EU, okay? So it looks cool, but I was never a fan of it because it's not George Lucas sanctioned. So, but it's fine by me because this show isn't George Lucas sanctioned. This show is not canon. The EU is not canon. So it's fine. It's fine by me. Do whatever you want. If it's cool, it's cool. So that's how I approach. That's how I approach these shows. But yeah, man, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. What did you guys think about the episode? I think, relatively speaking, it is better than it started off. Okay, I think this episode, what is it, 6, is the best episode of the season so far. So let me know your thoughts. What did you guys think? Let me know down below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.